morning, Charlie. Good morning, sleepy boy. You're still so sleepy. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday and welcome to a new reading vlog. Today is Bookmas Day 14, so I'm going to be reading one of my most anticipated releases for this past year that I didn't get the chance to read. So this video kind of pairs nicely with Bookmas Day 9, where I talked about the new releases I didn't get the chance to get to yet, but I will have the Bookmas playlist linked down below for you guys in case you need to get caught up, as well as Bookmas Day 13, which was yesterday's video, where I talked about my almost favorite books of the year, which was a lot of fun. But this week, we're going to be vlogging, and I am going to have way more time to vlog than I did last week, which is exciting. So right now, it's 9:30 in the morning and I have to go to the gym for 11, so I have a little bit of time. So I'm going to utilize this time to actually start this week's read. So I am starting with The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, which I decided to read not because it's like my most anticipated, but because so many people were anticipating it, and I felt like it seemed like the easiest one that I had on my 2020 releases, like most anticipated list for me to read. The rest of them were like really big sequels, and this one is like big but doable. So I will have a ton of reading time this week too, which is super exciting, so yay. But I'm listening to the audiobook that I started last week as well. So for Bookmas Day 7, I started this at the end, which is We Met in December by Rosie Curtis. This is very, very, very similar to One Day in December, not just in title, but in concept. It's about a girl who, it's like over the course of the year, they meet in December, and she is falling for her London flatmate. So it's kind of like a mixture of The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary, which I wasn't a big fan of, and One Day in December, which I did really love. I kind of have mixed feelings on it so far, not exactly sure how I feel about it, but I'm on page 130, so I have been making decent progress with that. So that's my plan, is to like listen to a Christmassy audiobook, because I am going to, for Bookmas Day 21 and my next reading vlog, I'll be reading just Christmas books, but I still have like quite a few to get to, so I probably won't be able to get to all the ones I had wanted to. But now, before I go to the gym, I'm going to get started with this one. I'm super, super nervous going into it. I'm not gonna lie, like very skeptical, kind of worried, but this is the backstory for President Snow, so we'll see. I'm going in with like pretty low expectations, to be honest. I've been avoiding all opinions. It's just like I'm nervous, so yeah. So I'm going to get started with this one now. Hello, so I'm back from the gym now. It's kind of a mess behind me. One of the things on my to-do list for this week is to clean up, because since I have been so busy lately, it's just like we've both been really busy, so cleaning has been kind of a thing of the past, so really need to do that. But I'm actually going to make myself a tuna melt now. Pickles, you know, tuna, obviously. I've got some mayo and then green onions, and I'm just gonna throw that all together. And I also have some Gouda cheese. My mom and I went to the Dutch market by us and got some Gouda cheese, so going to have that. I might also slice a tomato and put some tomato on top. I don't know, I've been really loving tuna melts recently. Can't explain why, but I think they're delicious. I've always loved tuna salad, but tuna melts just, I don't know, there's something about it. But I have my little Baby Yoda bottle, which I brought with me to the gym, but now I have put some pink lemonade in it. So I'm trying out that flavor because I'm trying to drink more water, because I drink substantial amounts of coffee, but I always like forget my water intake. And I do love water, like just plain water, but since I'm drinking so much, I kind of want to add some flavor to it. So yeah, I'm just going to listen to my audiobook while I make myself some tuna melt, and yeah, then I will get back to reading more of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I read to like page 20 before going to the gym. Now it is lunchtime. Hi, so my face is so red right now because I just did some boxing for the first time in literally so long. Like, we have a boxing bag in the basement that I got like kind of close to the beginning of quarantine and everything. I feel like I've had it since like summer, but I used it quite a bit when we first got it, and now like the gyms reopened, so then I was able to do cardio, but now I only have an hour at the gym and they only let 10 people in. So I used to, when there was only hour slots, I used to do my hour slot and then wait to the 15 minutes to half an hour in between and do the next slot, because there was like 50 people and it was never full, so it was fine. So then I could get in my cardio, get in my like lifting, all of that stuff, but now I can't do that anymore because there's only 10 people at a time. So instead I need to do cardio at home or go for a run, but it's very cold and I don't like running and I don't really want to run in the cold. So I was like, well, I have my boxing bag, haven't used it in a while. So I did that, and I almost didn't because I was feeling very lazy, but I'm glad that I did it. Like, I do feel better for having done that. But to update you guys with my reading, also I did actually get book mail that I wasn't expecting. So this came from HarperCollins, but it is Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. This is by the author of The Hating Game and 99% Mine. 99% Mine did not like at all, but The Hating Game I did enjoy. So this one I'm hoping will obviously be one that I'm going to like. It's an adult romance and it's like a retirement home sort of thing. Like the guy has tattoos and everything, and it's blurbed by Christina Lauren, so that looks good. But it's like a tattooed muscular guy who is, what is it? He's assistant to two old women at a retirement home, and there's like the head or whatever manager of the retirement home that he is interacting with. That's who the love interest is. So we'll see how that ends up going, but thank you very much to them for sending this to me. I wasn't expecting it at all, and I'm really happy that I have it now because I had actually pre-ordered it. But for this, I'm actually going to do some reading now. I was very lazy. Like today is kind of one of those days where I just don't really feel like doing anything. So because of that, I haven't done a lot of reading. I don't really know what I've spent my afternoon doing, to be honest, because I feel like I haven't really done anything. But I am on page 30. So I'm on page 30, which is where I was this morning, and I'm going to sit down with this some more now and get some reading done with it. But yeah, I haven't read a Hunger Games book or a Suzanne Collins book literally since I read the Hunger Games, like when the first movie was coming out. So it has been a very long time since I have read anything in this world. I remember I binged the entire series in one weekend when the movies were coming out. It was like around then. So that's like years and years and years ago now. I don't know exactly how long, but it's a really long time ago. So very interesting to be back in this universe, back with her writing too, because I haven't read anything in so long, but we'll see how I feel about the rest of it. It's like obviously only 30 pages, so I don't really have opinions yet, but that is what is going on now, and I'm going to go and do some reading so I don't put it off any longer. All right, so it's Wednesday. Hi, I haven't updated in a day, but I have been doing quite a bit of reading A Ballad in Songbirds and Snakes, and I wanted to give you guys a little update. So I've just been spending my day today, like I was wrapping some presents, we had sushi, I made myself a nice breakfast, not in that order, obviously, and I went to the gym this morning. But this evening I've been spending my time making a home workout plan because we are probably going to go into lockdown. And I said this last week, but like really, like based on our population, the amount of cases that we've been having, it's not really an if anymore, it's more of a when, which really sucks because that means that we're going to be in lockdown for Christmas. So yeah, don't really want to talk about that. But anyways, yeah, I've just been making myself a little home workout plan because like we have more equipment this time around. I'm trying to get myself to like stick to a routine because, you know, my mental health has been all over the place, and like really the stuff with COVID has been getting to me lately. Like at first I was kind of like okay about things, but I think having a routine of like still going to the gym, even if it just means going downstairs in the morning, will be good for me. So yeah, that aside, I just wanted to mention that because that's what I've been doing today. But I've been reading a lot of this, but I feel like I have made like zero progress. So I'm on chapter 9, I'm on page 125, but I have been reading this for like a couple of hours a day, but it is so slow. Like, I don't know if it's just me or I'm just distracted by other things. Like, I don't really understand it, but oh my goodness, is it ever slow for me? It's like such kind of an unfortunate experience. Like, it's honestly not that I'm really not liking it. I guess I just don't really have an opinion on it thus far. I think it's interesting. The tributes are being kept in like zoo cages, which is like very startling. Like the imagery is startling, and that's not a spoiler. That's like a very minor detail, but it's just like things like that. The brutality of it, I think, is surprising to me, even though, I mean, obviously the world of the Hunger Games is super brutal, but it's just been so long since I've read it that I don't really remember it. But I don't know why this is so slow for me. I feel like it's taking a lot of time for the action to get going, and it seems to be kind of dragging its feet, even though things are kind of constantly happening. I guess I just wanted a little bit more action, and right now I'm not really sure what I'm getting from the story and what backstory I'm getting, I guess. I don't know. I'm like so tempted to look things up too to see, because obviously a lot of the questions in here are answered because it's a prequel. So those books came out before, but they're set after this. So it's like referencing a lot of things from the Hunger Games that I don't remember because I have a terrible memory, but I just want to like look up to know the outcome of things and to know like who won these Hunger Games and like all of those things. I just want to look it up to have the answers and spoil myself. I'm the worst for that. Like whenever I'm watching a reality TV show, I will just look up to see who wins because I want to know, and I will spoil myself constantly, which like I feel like takes the fun out of it for some people, but I'm really trying hard to resist doing that. So I'm not doing it because I feel like with reading I care about spoilers a little bit more, oddly enough, but I also don't really mind getting spoiled. I think part of it is because like I think people have made me feel like spoilers are bad, but I'm kind of like, my dad will read the last sentence of a book before he starts reading it. Like, I don't know. And I used to think like that's so weird, but I look up to see who won Drag Race like the entire time I was watching all the seasons for the first time. So is it really that weird? Because I kind of do that. But I'm going to go and read a little bit more of this. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it in this vlog. Like, I am determined, but I will say it's kind of hard for me to finish it right now. I don't really feel like picking it up too. That's the other thing, but whatever. I did say I was going to read it, so I'm going to read it. Speaking of books I haven't really wanted to pick up, we met in December, so I haven't really listened to any more of this audiobook because I don't know. I'm kind of bored by the whole thing. And I don't want to DNF it, but I'm also just not really liking it. But I will persevere and see it through, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing so far, so I really haven't listened to all that much more of it. But now I really need to stop procrastinating and read this. Oh, I just bent the page. It's fine. I'm gonna read it. So it's probably been about 2 hours since I last updated you guys, and I have made like zero progress in this. So I'm on page 136. I just thought of like a million other things I could do and then proceeded to do them. Like, this is just one of those books where I read a sentence or two and then I'm like, oh, I could do this. So then I do that. And it's basically just like nonsense on my phone that really doesn't need to be done. But I'm just kind of like bored. Like, I just kind of want it to get to the point, I guess. I feel like it's kind of like a contemplative read for sure, which there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I'm kind of bored. I want it to get going. I want a little bit more snippets of action, because so far the snippets of action are just like very brief, so it's not really capturing my attention, I guess, is the issue here. But I am going to try to keep reading before bed. But honestly, I'm like kind of minutes away from just deciding to watch YouTube videos all night, so we shall see. But tomorrow, I mean, if I don't read tonight, I will be reading tomorrow. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Hello, good morning, happy Friday. So, you might be able to hear noises. The dishwasher is on. We also have a space heater in this room that is on, so I apologize for any background noise. But I just got back from the gym, did a little like heavy lifting because I'm trying to get the last few of those kinds of workouts in that I can, but I'm now having a smoothie, so I'm not really hungry right now, and I was going to make myself some breakfast, but I think I might just hold off until lunch and have my smoothie for now because it is quite filling. So I have in here some peanut butter, some chocolate protein powder, I have a banana, and then just some frozen fruit. It's very simple. Oh, also almond milk. But I did a pretty good job of making enough for one person this time. I only had to like refill it like the tiniest bit, so I'm proud of myself for that. But I wanted to give you guys an update on my reading. So I switched to the audiobook for this one actually, which I think was a good call. So with the audiobook, I find I'm kind of less bored, and I actually have been able to do like a fair amount of listening. So this is all that I have left right here. So I just have this left to listen to. I'm on page 382, and I feel like that's like pretty decent progress. Like I'm really happy with that. So that being said, I haven't listened to any more of We Met in December because of that, but I'm also okay with that. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this one yet. I know with We Met in December, like I'm kind of meh about it at the moment, but this one I really don't know how I feel. And I think it's kind of one of those books where I'm not going to know how I feel until the very end. It's definitely like an interesting read that makes you think, and what I was expecting to be the climax has already happened, so I'm kind of curious what the actual climax is going to be. Like, I don't know. It's definitely like a very contemplative read. It makes you consider a lot of things, but it still is like, I just don't really know how I feel about it yet. That being said, it's just like, it's a very interesting and different take on the villain origin story, but I'm just trying to decide like if I like it, you know? That's where I'm at right now. But I will be listening to some more of this today because I don't really have anything else to do. I have like a couple more gifts to wrap, and that's pretty much it. But I want to finish it at this point, honestly, because I want to know what's going to happen. Like, I did end up kind of spoiling myself for things, which was fine. Like, it didn't affect my enjoyment at all. But the one thing that I like accidentally, like actually an accident spoiled myself on, I'm not sure, I can't explain it honestly, but basically I'm not sure if it's a time thing. Like, I read something on the wiki and I'm not sure if it's a time thing or if it's actually like the ending of the story. So we shall see when I finish with listening to this. But Charlie is just like absolutely passed out beside me. He is very done with life. I don't know why he's so tired. Life is hard for him. But I also need to figure out what we're going to have for dinner next week. So I need to make that plan. And I need to maybe do groceries later tonight. And I wanted to actually go through the freezer because we have a freezer, but it's just like a dump freezer. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's not like a standing one where you can see everything. It's just literally a freezer that's like a hole. Basically, like, that doesn't make any sense. What I'm saying is, because it's just like a chest, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a chest freezer. So because of that, everything gets piled on top and I can't find anything. So I really need to organize that, especially with the fridge freezer, because the fridge freezer is completely full, but I feel like I could kind of like move things around and make it a little bit more convenient. Like, I did that with the cabinets actually. I'll show you that because why not? Actually, you're gonna be able to hear the dishwasher, so I apologize for that. But I organized the cabinets, so this is like protein powder and stuff like that. And I actually ordered like a ton of protein powder on Black Friday because I'm really trying to get my protein in. So that will go in there. That's why there's some empty space. And then this I organized. So baking stuff has always been here, but then I like cleaned the pasta shelf and then organized this shelf a little bit because we have a pantry downstairs that also became a mess that I fixed up. So down here, look at how organized that is. I organized this shelf with like all the bottles and stuff, and this has like onions, potatoes, and on the bottom all the canned goods. But I guess I'll show you guys where I'm talking about the rest of this stuff. Oh, I also have to do laundry. I have to get started with that. But yeah, this is the freezer, so you can see it's very full, but it's just like a chest thing where everything is on top of each other and it's just not well organized. And then here is the pantry, so it's just like a standing thing because there's not a lot of food storage in the kitchen. So we got this so then we could like not have to go to the grocery store so often. But sorry, there's a barbell in front of it, so that's kind of making things difficult here. But yeah, I kind of organized this a little bit. It still like is kind of messy. You can't even see it anyways because it's not focusing. Honestly, I need a new vlog camera, but like I don't think I'm going to continue with doing vlogs, so I don't really want to invest in one, so I'm sorry. But yeah, so this is just that pantry and everything, which I organized, and just got like, I just kept on being like, over time, like throwing stuff in and then being like, oh, I'll clean it up later, but then I never actually got to the point of cleaning it up, which is obviously the problem. So now I am finally getting to that point of being able to clean it up, making things a little bit more organized, so then it'll be like easier when I go to cook and stuff. But I just basically like when things are organized. Also, I actually went yesterday to my teacher's house to donate the books that we had in this closet here. So yeah, I just have that stack of books there now, but this used to be like completely full. And if you guys don't know, a couple years ago for Bookmas, I did a video where I donated a bunch of books to my high school, and I have like a shelf there that had just books, because I end up with ARCs and stuff that I don't want anymore and it's too expensive to ship them. So I just have like a bookshelf at my high school because they don't have a library anymore. But because of COVID, I hadn't been able to like go and donate in a while. So yesterday, like we went with masks on and everything to my teacher's house so then she can bring them to the school, which the schools are closing anyways. But still, at least they're there for like when they reopen. But I'm also glad that like I have that space to use for all the crap that we have, because we have a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm going to probably start with organizing the freezer because I really want to get that done, so then I can also see what we have when I go to like make my grocery list and everything. Good morning, tiny boy. What are you doing? Good morning. I mean, it's not really morning, but close enough. Hello, happy Saturday. So today, this is my post-day of mourning look because they announced a lockdown for my region starting on Monday. So that means that everything is closing again. And that also means that Christmas will not be a thing this year. So I just didn't vlog yesterday because I mean, it was one of those things where like, I knew it was coming, but it still was like, I don't know, it obviously sucks, but I know that I'm not the only one in this position. But anyways, the bright side is that I did end up finishing Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes yesterday, and I think my final rating where I'm going to settle on this, sorry, the cat and the dog are playing, they're having a blast over there, but I think I'm settling on a 3 out of 5 stars for this one. I feel like the climax, like, I don't know, it was like dramatic, but it wasn't really what I was expecting, and I don't really know how to explain that. Like, when it was over, I was kind of like, that's it? So I kind of had that feeling. It was interesting, but I think if I hadn't switched to the audiobook, this would have taken me forever to read because I just kind of was bored and it dragged a lot. But it definitely, like, it was interesting to get a look into President Snow's mind, especially as he was young, and like, I don't know, kind of like see where he was coming from. It wasn't really a story where, like, I feel like a lot of villain stories, the villain origin stories, they kind of try to make you feel sympathetic for the villain, but that wasn't the case in this one at all. And I didn't dislike that at all. I did actually like that it wasn't trying to make you feel bad for this evil person who has done a bunch of terrible things. But it was really cool to learn more background to the Hunger Games and everything, and just see the before and stuff. And yeah, I don't know, like, I did enjoy it. I was bored for a lot of it, a large portion of it, and that's why I'm only giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. I don't think it was necessary per se. I don't think it was revolutionary, but it's not like Cursed Child, which makes me like completely hate everything about it. Like, I didn't hate it, I just kind of have neutral feelings on it. So now I have started listening to We Met in December again because I just kind of really want to finish that one at this point. And I'm going to start one of my Christmas reads for next week because I was planning on reading Christmas reads, so I am still going to do that. But I'm hoping they're not going to make me too sad, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to start with. We shall see. But yeah, I will probably start doing that a little bit later today. I think maybe Dash and Lily because that one's shorter, but we'll see. So I'm actually going to end this week's reading vlog here, but I ended up finishing only one book, but it did take me a long time to get through. So that book was The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, which I have settled on a 3 out of 5 star rating on, I think. I'm obviously not that sure, but I didn't get the chance to finish We Met in December by Rosie Curtis, so I will finish that in next week's reading vlog. So the next reading vlog of Bookmas will be Bookmas Day 21, and for that one I'm going to be reading Christmas Bookmas book, so I will be doing that all week. But I hope you guys enjoyed Bookmas Day 14 and this week's reading vlog. I will have a new Bookmas video out tomorrow, obviously, for Bookmas Day 15. I'm going to be talking about the book to movie / TV show adaptations that came out in 2020. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you won't miss any of the videos. I will be putting out 31 videos over the course of the month of December, so you don't want to miss any of those, and you can also click the notification bell so you will be notified whenever they go up. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with a new video, but also next week with a new reading vlog. Bye!